What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Southern Gunsmoke. Today I'm going to be installing the Midwest Industries handguard on my Romanian Mini Draco. But before we get started, you guys hit the like button and subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and open up the box to see what's in the package. And we have the handguard here. Move this out the way. We don't need this anymore. Comes with everything you need: screws, Loctite, and some Allen keys to do the installation. And let's see what it says here. Mini Draco pistol handguard. Awesome. It's 100% made in the USA. Gotta love that. No gunsmith installed. In minutes, using only the wrenches provided, featuring quality T-mark milled STD 1913 rails for lights, lasers, and optics. Lightweight, rugged construction of hard coat anodized 6061 aluminum for a lifetime of service. Weighs only 9.5 ounces. The highest quality, most affordable AK pistol handguard on the market. And then we have the instructions. So what the instruction says that we're actually supposed to field strip the firearm in order to do the installation of the handguard. But first, let's go ahead and make sure that the gun is clear. Nothing in the chamber. And we are going to go ahead and field strip the firearm here. This handguard is just held together with this screw here. Go ahead and take this off. Set this to the side. Take this top cover off. You can actually use your bolt carrier to remove your gas tube. Let's see here. There we go. Man, that was easier than I thought. That can be pretty difficult at times. We'll go ahead and remove that gas block. And the firearm is stripped, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and start the installation. Now, we're going to take the lower part of the handguard with the lower numbers facing the trigger. That's the way we want it installed. Okay, so you want to place the lower part of the handguard on there. And then you have the Handguard Clamp. And you have two sides to this. Side where the barrel goes, and then the side where the gas tube goes. And so we'll go ahead and put this in here. Now keep in mind, guys, bear with me, because I'm installing this without a vise to actually hold my gun. So it's a little bit more complicated without a vise, but we'll get through it. So you'll put the clamp, the handguard clamp, in here, and then we're going to go ahead and get the screws that were provided to us here, and we want to go ahead and Loctite these and then screw them in. So we'll go ahead and add a little bit of Loctite here, not a whole lot, just a little bit of Loctite here. Okay. Okay. And it says you want to you don't want to tighten them too much. You kind of want to just hand tighten them. Okay. We're going to put all four of those in and just tighten them just a little, just to kind of lock it in place. Okay. All right, we want to tighten these down, not too tight, just hand tighten them. And then before we actually permanently tighten these, we want to line up the top part of the hand guard, and then we want to first put the gas tube back in. Let's just make sure everything lines up. Again, you want the lower numbers facing the trigger, okay? We want to put the top piece on, and we want to just make sure that those holes line up correctly. I want to make sure that they line up correctly, okay? And we can, now that we know that they line up correctly, we can take this back off, and we want to take these small set screws here and insert them in here. And you only want to insert them until they make contact with the gas tube. You don't want to tighten them. You just want them to barely make contact with the gas tube. This is more of an anti-rotation device. It's not put in here just to actually be tightened down on the gas tube. So we want to just put it in and screw it in just until you make contact with the gas tube. And what I found when putting these set screws in, you have to make sure you're at the right angle because it can be kind of finicky. So let's see here, make sure we're at the right angle here. Uh-oh. As I said, guys, I'm doing this fresh out of the package, and we keep it 100 on this channel. So, as I said, we'll get through this together. So, like I was saying, you have to make sure you're at the right angle with these set screws. It can be tricky. And the instructions don't suggest that you Loctite these set screws. Let me back out. You just want to barely make contact with the gas tube. There we go. And they don't recommend that you actually Loctite these set screws, because in the case where you want to get access to the gas tube, you don't want these to be Loctited in to where you can't get to the gas tube. So let's put the other one in. As I said, be conscious of that angle. To make sure that it goes in properly. It may take 1 or 2 tries to get that angle right. As you can see, sometimes it doesn't want to go right in. There we go. And as I said, you want to just make contact with the gas tube, because what I found is that if you actually tighten it to where it's putting too much tension on the gas tube, because of the angle that it goes in, it'll start making the gas tube come out, kind of rise upward. So you don't want to tighten it down too much. Like I said, it's just basically put in as an anti-rotation device. Okay. And again, you don't want to Loctite those in, because you always want to make sure you have access to your gas tube. So we got those set screws in. Got the gas tube in. So we want to go ahead and tighten down these screws here. Just hand tight, guys. Just hand tight. Just hand tight. make sure my buffer tube is in there correctly. Like I said, if you put those set screws in there too much, and I always tighten this down to kind of lock your buffer tube in place to make sure it's not moving around too much. All right, so our next step is to put our top piece in. And again, we want those lower numbers facing towards the trigger. And we also want to Loctite these screws that were provided as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Put those in. Where's my other Allen wrench? Here we go. Go ahead and tighten these down. Make sure these are nice and snug. Make sure everything is lined up before you Loctite it. And we want to make sure that it's lined up evenly with your front sight. Everything seems to be lined up pretty well. And we're going to go ahead and make sure everything's nice and tight, screwed down good before we put the firearm back together. All right, guys, let's go ahead and put her back together. There we go. There it is. All right. Top cover back in. All right, guys. What do y'all think? Looks pretty nice to me. Looks pretty nice. You guys hit me up in the comments and let me know what you guys think about my first upgrade of the Midwest Industries hand grip on my mini Draco. There'll be some more accessorizing to come, but you guys let me know what you think. Comment and let me know if you guys have any suggestions on any more add-ons that you could probably suggest. And again, you guys like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to Southern Gunsmoke.